What if an employer came up to you and asked if you wanted to work in front of a computer screen for 8 hours a day for a starting salary of $40,000 a year? Many people would say, yeah, I'll take that job. Very easy job for that amount of money. However, I'm here to inform you of how difficult that task really is. Hi, my name is Billy Moore from the Management 110 class, and I'm here to inform you of the difficulties of working with computers for that amount of time. After my graduation, I would like to pursue the occupation of a database administrator. Why, you might ask? 1, I'm very familiar with computers, and 2, I'm very familiar with computer applications such as Microsoft, SQL, and other types of coding languages. The 3 skills I think that are necessary to have to be a successful database administrator is 1, detail orientation, 2, critical thinking, 3, active learning. Let's first touch on the first subject, that being detail orientation. It is important to be detail oriented because database administrators work with a large volume of data and information. According to Micore Solutions, a site that references and makes articles about tech and tech solutions, it suggests that in the past 2 years, we have created more data than we have since the beginning of data itself. With that in mind, data can become very massive and very messy. Therefore, it is important to be detail-oriented. Why, you might ask? Detail orientation is another derivative of organization. If you're organized, you're less likely to make mistakes. And if you're organized, navigating and maneuvering through data is very easy and less stress. So overall, detail orientation will help you make less mistakes and it is less fatigue. Now let's touch on the second subject that I have mentioned, that being critical thinking. According to an article called ONET, which is an online professional catalog of occupation, it suggests that database administrators work heavily with problem solving and analyzing information. If your day-to-day job is to work with problems and analyze information, it is key to have critical thinking abilities. Why, you might ask? Well, 1, you got to understand the issue and you got to know how to go about solving the issue. And that all derives from critical thinking. So entirely, if you're able to do those 2 things, you are bound to successfully complete your task of a day-to-day basis. The third skill that I would like to talk about is active learning. Active learning is the ability to acquire new knowledge and use it for old and new issues you may run into. This is especially important for database administration because why? 1, technology is always advancing, and 2, you have to adapt to those technologies to stay on top of your work and remain an effective worker for your company. So overall, the 3 skills that I thought that were important for being successful as a database administrator are detail orientation, critical thinking, and lastly, active learning. Those 3 skills will help you with making less issues, not having to be overwhelmed, being able to complete day-to-day tasks, and lastly, maintaining your job and being an effective worker. So when an employer comes up to you and asks you, hey, you want to sit in front of a computer screen for 8 hours a day? You might reconsider. However, if they would come up to me and ask me if I would like that opportunity, I'll gladly take the job.